Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm pleased to have been given a chance to share a short speech of mine. So, today I'd like to talk about education, more specifically, empowering education through technology. In our ever evolving modern world today, teaching can seem useless or out of reach. What do I mean by that? So, what I mean is, no matter how hard educators strive to teach their students, in the end it all proves as ineffective. The new generation of students blindly follow their academic schedules without fully understanding what they're learning and with no passion in actually wanting to know. They go to school just for the sake of it, not because they want to, but because they have to. And honestly, who can blame them? With the advanced and ever growing technology we have today, many students are no longer interested by traditional classroom learning, traditional teaching methods. But actually, while they may seem disinterested in studying at school, they're actually eager to learn, just in a different way. They turn to the internet for answers, exploring topics on their own terms. After all, I can actually relate to this. I can't deny that there were a lot of times when I learned more from a simple Google search or even by asking ChatGPT than I did in the classroom. This isn't to say that teachers aren't trying, but we need to acknowledge that many traditional teaching methods, like rewriting textbooks, summarizing materials, or relying on endless, boring, uninspiring, and repetitive homework assignments, are no longer effective in capturing students' attention or fostering real learning. Based on my own experience, these methods often felt like a waste of time with no real purpose to it. For instance, writing summaries was branded as a useful activity, but let's be for real. We all know it's just rewriting textbooks in the name of grades. Teachers didn't even read what we wrote. They skimmed for 2 seconds and assigned a grade based on how much we'd written. I mean, how would I know this? I'm not a teacher, I didn't grade my own work. Well, logically speaking, I mean, how can they decide on my faded score based on 2 seconds of skimming? Like, does that make sense? No, right? So that technically means they didn't even read it. They just judged my writing based on how much I have written, unfortunately. What's worse, some teachers didn't even show up to class, leaving us to fend for ourselves with a mountain of assignments later on with little guidance. It really made me question the very purpose of attending school. Now, let me be clear. I'm not here to insult my former teachers or complain for the sake of complaining. My intention isn't to bring anyone down, but to highlight a critical issue in our education system. Teaching should be about engagement, breaking down concepts, and helping students truly understand. It's not about piling on meaningless tasks that waste time and energy. Every assignment should be useful, challenging students' creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving skills. And so this brings me to my main topic. What was the main topic again, right? Let's go back to the beginning. Empowering education through technology. Technology can be the answer to many of these challenges. By embracing technology, we can redefine what it means to teach and learn, creating dynamic, effective, creative, and engaging classrooms that inspire students to explore and grow. In our modern era, Technology has become an essential part of our lives. It's reshaping industries, connecting people worldwide, and revolutionizing how we learn and teach. Today, I want to highlight the importance of embracing technology in education, not just as a tool for convenience, but as a transformative asset that enhances learning. Instead of resisting it, we should harness its full potential to create engaging, accessible, creative, and effective educational experiences. By integrating technology thoughtfully, we can make lessons not only efficient but also exciting, relevant, and of course, fun. Okay, so take Google Classroom, for example. Google Classroom, I'm pretty sure you have all heard of Google Classroom, or maybe some of you are already using them. This platform offers teachers a way to expand their materials and stay connected with students anytime and anywhere. It simplifies assignment submissions, tracks grades, and even acts as a portfolio for students' growth. So imagine this: a teacher looking back at a student's past assignments, projects, and grades to pinpoint areas where they've improved or might need help. So it's like they go back to student A's works, assignments, projects, everything they've done in Google Classroom, and they look, oh, I see, the student, they are struggling in this task, they're striving in this task, and you can see their personality just through their assignments. Who's more of perfectionist and who doesn't actually care, who's just doing it just because they have to, and who actually puts an effort into their work. So, Google Classroom facilitates this process perfectly, making it easier for educators to provide personalized support. Then there are tools like Kahoot and quizzes, which turn learning into an interactive game. They gamify learning, a new experience for students. Learning while playing games, that sounds like fun, right? These platforms allow teachers to design quizzes and activities that feel more like challenges than traditional tests. Students answer questions to earn points in a competitive but fun environment. This gamification of lessons encourages quick thinking, engagement, and active participation. Now, why does this work so well, you may ask? Well, that's because it taps into students' natural love for games. Like what I've mentioned before, students love fun, even older students, and especially younger students. When learning feels like playing, students are more likely to participate and even focus. Plus, these platforms provide instant feedback. Students see their scores and correct answers right away, allowing them to learn from their mistakes in real time. Teachers can also review the results to understand where students are excelling or struggling, making it a win-win situation for everyone. Now, there's another example. I don't know if any of y'all have actually heard of this. It's called Class Dojo, and I think it's a great app slash website. Class Dojo. So, it's called Class Dojo. This is the third example. Class Dojo allows teachers to give points for good behavior, participation, teamwork, or effort. You can also use it to address areas for improvement by gently deducting points when rules are broken. And this really applies well for elementary school students because they're still naughty. So if they conduct a bad behavior, they break a rule, you can deduct a point using this. And if they do something good, add a point. Participate, add a point. Basically, adding points and deducting points. This system motivates students to stay engaged and behave positively. I can actually confidently say that lots of students don't actually care about participating if they don't get a benefit out of it. I mean, at least that was how it was, with my generation. Participating students, you give them points, okay? So they'll actually want to participate. Just give them points. Just give them the points, please. So, by giving points for participation and effort, students become more interactive and are encouraged to display a good behavior. They're going to be more motivated to participate, to put in effort, and to be a good person in general. So, just like Google Classroom, Class Dojo can also be used to track students' progress. If teachers are actually attentive and actually pay attention to their students, they would be able to see patterns in student behavior and use this information to provide targeted feedback or additional support. All these tools have one thing in common: they make learning dynamic, interactive, and most importantly, can you guess? Most importantly, what? Not dull. Yes, not boring. They transform the classroom experience into something engaging and relevant for today's tech savvy generation. But these are actually just a few examples. There are thousands, even millions of other advanced apps and websites and tools available that can enhance education. But I suppose these examples I have given beforehand were enough to give you the gist of my point. The bigger picture, though, we need to still be realistic, okay? Technology isn't a magic fix for every issue in our flawed education system. It won't fill all the gaps or address every challenge, but it can be a powerful tool to help redefine and modernize our curriculum when used correctly and effectively. That said, we must remember that there are still many deeper issues within our education system that need attention and fixing. Issues that technology alone won't be able to fix. So, to conclude everything, by embracing technology as an asset, we can take an important step toward building a more engaging, effective, and meaningful educational experience for students everywhere. So, this brings me to the end of my speech. Thank you so much for listening and watching till the end. I hope you all have an amazing and inspiring day. Goodbye.